for a ride. That these cases are hoaxes, but sophisticated hoaxes carried out by their own government. Let's take one step at a time. You're looking at Richard Doty, the professional disinformer, trained to lie.
I'm Richard Doty. There's probably about 80% of false information being presented, about 20% of factual information. Unfortunately, the UFO community doesn't know which is which.
And that's your job to keep it that way?
That was my job before. I'm a private citizen now, but back in the early 80s, it was my job to confuse the UFO community.
As long as you're here, I see Stewie hasn't had his vaccinations yet. Should we take care of that?
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, but first, I'm required to have you read this pamphlet about the risks of vaccinations.
God, you are aging so rapidly.
Possible side effects: fever, severe allergic reaction, muscle and joint pain. Wait, and this can't be right. They actually put some of the disease in the shot?
Hey, man, how many questions your lady ask?
Like 1,000,000?
But I don't remember having to read any of this when Chris and Meg had their vaccinations.
Well, that was before internet chat rooms made everybody an expert. It's a better world now.
I don't know about this, Dr. Hartman. We might need a little bit of time to think this over.
Yeah, because we don't want to make a big mistake.
Hey, you guys, is that my laptop?
Yeah, sorry. We were looking something up. We were gonna get Stewie vaccinated, but now, after our research, we're definitely not.
Oh, no, Lois, don't tell me you fell for all that anti-vaxxer crap.
It's not crap, Brian. There's a lot of evidence to suggest there's a link between vaccinations and autism.
Lois, all that so-called evidence has been debunked.
Listen to some of these ingredients: mercury, thimerosal, aluminum, formaldehyde.
What? Lois, deciding not to vaccinate Stewie is something that affects all of us. The only reason they work is that if a critical mass of society gets immunized, then the diseases won't spread.
Look, Brian, I was skeptical too, but then I did some research, and I found some very interesting things from the leader of the anti-vaccination movement, Jenny McCarthy. See? Proof. Hard to argue with that. And look at this one. Glasses. Case closed.
I can't believe you guys. Don't you realize you're contributing to a potential public health disaster by not vaccinating your child?
That's exactly the point. My child. He's my child, and nothing matters more than his well-being.
Yeah, we made this mistake before. We got the other kids vaccinated, but Meg still got chickenpox.
Dad, this is acne.
Girl, you nasty.
You realize the vast majority of people think you're wrong.
Well, maybe that's the problem. We just gotta change their minds. We're getting this town to change its mind about vaccinations.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, come on, Peter. I've got all the stuff for our anti-vaccination rally.
I don't believe this. It's bad enough you guys aren't vaccinating Stewie. Now you're trying to convince other people to make the same reckless choice?
Brian, all we want is for parents to have the choice, because parents know what's best for their kids.
You do realize they're putting your life in danger by not getting you immunized. You could get measles, mumps, rubella, whooping cough. Oh my God, are you serious? Very serious. Even the tiniest germ could make you very ill and left untreated kill you. Really? I'd expect this kind of thing from the fat man, but not Lewis.
Parents of Quahog and weekend dads playing 3 minutes of catch. Do you know that the number of childhood vaccines has tripled in the last generation? And why is that? Because heartless corporations make billions of dollars by foisting garbage and poison upon our children. We demand that these vaccines be tested by independent researchers, not by the companies who make them.
Excuse me, are you the lady selling the bullhorn?
What? No.
I'm over here!
Damn it. This doesn't seem to be working.
Well, obviously, Lois, you can't just go to a park and list a bunch of boring facts. You gotta spice things up.
And you pump, I mean, it looks just like it's meant for a horse, not for a child. 2 years old, 2.5 years old, a child, a beautiful child, went to have the vaccine and came back, and a week later got a tremendous fever, got very, very sick, now is autistic.
For a self-described wartime president, victory over COVID-19 equals a vaccine.
I hope we're going to have a vaccine, and we're going to fast track it like you've never seen before.
Adding Trump-style branding, the administration launched Operation Warp Speed, a multi-billion-dollar research and manufacturing effort to shorten the typical year-plus vaccine development timeline, narrowed again for clinical trials this month. Officials say the work could result in 3 or 4 vaccines for wide use.
I have never seen in my career a group of scientists so single-mindedly focused on a single problem.
Scientists say the pressure to succeed is urgent, but caution is required.
This product needs to be tested in a proper placebo-controlled trial, and if we try to take shortcuts against common scientific processes, we could wind up paying the price.
A whistleblower from the CDC who's going to come out and say that the CDC had committed fraud on the MMR study and that they knew that vaccines were actually causing autism.
In CDC's judgment, the best public policy is to continue vaccination unchanged.
Misleading the Congress. Grievous harm to innocent children.
1978, the prevalence of autism was about 1 in 15,000 children.
If we assume that things are going to continue as they have, we can predict that by 2032, 80% of the boys born will end up on the autism spectrum.